The story of Noah's Ark is one of the most well-known narratives in the Bible, found in the book of Genesis. It tells the story of how God, seeing the corruption and wickedness of humanity, decides to send a flood to cleanse the earth. Noah, a righteous man in the eyes of God, is instructed to build a great ark to save his family and representatives of all animal species from the impending destruction. This story not only provides an account of the importance of obedience and faith but also of God's promise to preserve life and renew creation. The construction of Noah's Ark is a crucial episode in the biblical narrative of the flood. God, seeing the wickedness and corruption of humanity, decides to send a flood to purify the earth. In this context, Noah stands out as a righteous and faithful figure, chosen by God to preserve life during the impending flood. God instructs Noah to build an ark to save his family and representatives of all animal species. This ark had specific dimensions, according to divine instructions, being a large enough vessel to shelter all living beings necessary to repopulate the earth after the flood. Noah, without hesitation, faithfully follows God's guidance and dedicates himself to the monumental task of building the ark. The construction of the ark was not only a physical endeavor but also an act of faith and obedience on Noah's part. He faced challenges and criticism from the society around him, which likely mocked him for building a vessel on dry land, but Noah remained steadfast in his conviction that he was following God's will. Thus, the construction of Noah's Ark not only demonstrates Noah's obedience to God but also emphasizes the importance of faith and trust in divine providence, even in the face of seemingly impossible circumstances. This part of the story establishes the foundation for the rest of the flood narrative and emphasizes the need to follow God's ways, even when they may seem unusual or challenging. The flood, as described in the biblical narrative, is an event of catastrophic proportions symbolizing divine judgment upon humanity's corruption and wickedness. After completing the construction of the ark, Noah, his family, and the animals enter it, following God's instructions. God shuts the ark's doors and then the flood begins. For 40 days and 40 nights, rains fall incessantly, inundating the entire earth. The waters rise, covering the mountains and transforming the familiar landscape into a vast ocean of destruction. This flood serves as a symbol of divine judgment and the need for humanity's purification. The narrative underscores the seriousness of sin and its consequences, but also highlights God's mercy in preserving Noah and his family's lives in the ark. As the waters rise, everything outside the ark perishes. The narrative emphasizes the severity of divine judgment upon humanity's corruption, but also points to God's promise to preserve the lives of those who are faithful and obedient to Him. This part of the story establishes the magnitude of the flood event and its significance in salvation history, serving as a reminder of God's power over creation and the need for repentance and moral righteousness. The post-flood period in Noah's story is marked by events that symbolize renewal, hope, and a new covenant between God and humanity. After the waters of the flood subsided and the ark landed on Mount Ararat, Noah and his family eagerly awaited the moment when they could venture out and begin anew. As a gesture of hope and trust, Noah sends out a dove to check the condition of the land. The first time, the dove returns to the ark, indicating that there was still no suitable place to land. The second time, the dove returns with an olive branch, a sign that the waters had receded enough and that life could begin to re-establish itself on the earth. With this confirmation, Noah and his family finally leave the ark, emerging into a world transformed by the devastation of the flood but also filled with hope for the future. God then makes a covenant with Noah, promising never again to destroy the earth with a flood. He sets a rainbow in the sky as a sign of this covenant, a constant reminder of his promise to preserve life and creation. This part of Noah's story emphasizes the importance of hope and renewal after moments of adversity and divine judgment. It highlights God's mercy in offering humanity a second chance and establishing a new covenant based on the promise of preservation and unconditional love. So, this is today's video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell to always receive updates, and leave a like. Until next time.